this chapter's name is Elections, the Electoral System, the Australian Voters, on page 137 to 150. The book was published in 2008 and was written by Ian Watt, Anna Murphy, Gregory, Glenn Kefford, Stewart Jackson, Lloyd Cox, and Andrea Carson. This chapter in particular is about the elections, the electoral system, and the Australian voters. It's a history basically on these particular things, and what I learned in the book is that the right to vote in Australia has been for all citizens, and it is constitutional, though it is vexed and complicated to observe because of the status of each citizen, and this ranges from race, gender, age, and sexuality. And by sexuality I mean the LGBT community persons. In the book, I had learned that the first group of people to vote in Australia were the white male, and were only joined long after by women in 1908. Australian Aboriginals followed in 1962. Other than that, Australia has 9 electoral systems, one for each of the 6 states, and 2 for the 2 territories, and 1 for the Commonwealth of Australia. There are 2 common voting systems in Australia. One is proportional, and the other is a single member preferential voting. Voting in Australia has been compulsory since 1926, something done by only 6 countries all over the world. Other unique thing is what is today known as secret voting or ballot box was once known as the Australian ballot, as it was only then only practiced in Australia as early as 1856. I also learned in this chapter that there used to be 75 seats in the House of Representatives, but now there is 150 seats. The number of senators is 76, 12 for each state and 2 for each territory. According to the Constitution, House Representative elections happen every 3 years. Senator term is 6 years. Election in Australia is not done on a fixed date, just like in the US, but is done every 3 years on random dates after the Governor General permits the Australian Prime Minister to do the elections. The Australian Electoral Commission conducts the elections, and the rule on the election day is all electoral booths must close by 6 p.m. What I think of is the strength of Australian voting system is that its voting is secret, and it's not time consuming, and it is not done under any pressure of any sort, and voters are not coerced into voting for anybody they do not like. On the contrary, I think the weakness of the Australian voting system is that it is compulsory. No democracy should dictate the right of citizens in regards to voting. Australian voters should be allowed to do whatever they wish to do. If they want to, if they think they can vote, they should vote. If they don't think they can vote, they cannot. I must end my presentation here, and I think many of you are persuaded to, after this presentation, to read the chapter or the book, and you can find this on Google, or you can find this on the prescribed reading by the elections and campaigns subject. Thank you so much.